Hi guys, today I'm here with a foundation review. It is a little bit different than my normal reviews, although we'll still follow the same format. So I'll show you application, before and after, flash photo test, how it looks in natural light, and of course wear it throughout the day and show you how it looks at the end of the day. But today it is a little bit different because I'm putting two foundations head to head. One that I already love and have reviewed is the Revlon Photo Ready Candid Foundation. So I will link to this review down below. I really like it. But when I was in the US, I came across this, and it is the Revlon Photo Ready Candid Glow. So I figured I would do like one half of my face original, one half of my face glow, and wear it throughout the day and see how it looks and kind of compare it that way. Then is it redundant to do a full review of this? You let me know down below, but let's try it this way today. Let me know if you enjoy it, but let's go ahead and get started. In both of these foundations, I'm going to be wearing 440 Caramel, so we'll get a direct comparison on shades. In the color stay, I used to wear Toast. I haven't worn that in a while, and I am a little bit tanned right now, but if you're looking for a shade reference, I have other shades that I am linked down below. But I'm really happy to see that they have the same shades, because it is super annoying when brands come out with like a bunch of different shades. It makes it like harder for you to spend your money. Like, just, you know, keep to the same shade range. Let me be able to pick out my shade easily at the drugstore. Man down. But like I said, I did pick this up at, I think, CVS, and it was $10.99 American. Looking on the Ulta website, this retails for $10.99 as well. It is the same size packaging, so 0.75 fluid ounces. You are getting a little bit less than the average size of a foundation, which is not my preference, but I do really like the packaging. I think it is sleek, especially with the rose gold. I think is really pretty, and I think that the pump is really handy and it's great for travel. It's a good size in here. In comparing the actual shades, they look quite similar. So the Revlon Candid Original, I think, has a little more peachiness to it. They're both quite warm foundations, and the Candid Original has a little bit of a thicker texture right off the bat, while the Candid Glow is a little bit thinner. And the original Candid actually lists itself as saying that it goes on like a moisturizer. It's supposed to be like a hybrid kind of texture, and same to be said for the Glow. The Glow I actually haven't seen online yet, so I can't say its exact claims, but in reading the packaging here, it says it's light buildable coverage, while the original is medium buildable. And then this says it also has prickly pear, antioxidants, anti-pollutant, which is anti-pollutant is in both of the lines. And then it says it helps to block out blue light, which is kind of what comes off of your phone or your computer, and same can be said for this one as well. And that's pretty much all. Moisture Glow Anti-Pollution Foundation is the Glow, and the Natural Finish Anti-Pollution Finish is the Original. So let's go ahead and put it on my face. I'll do Original over here, and I'm going to do one pump of each, and we'll see how that looks. I actually think one pump might even be too much, because a little bit of this foundation goes a long way. And I am going to use a sponge, that's my preference. And when I reviewed this original foundation, I really felt like it looked super high-end. Like, I feel like this foundation is really good, and I never hear anybody talking about it. The original formula comes in 31 shades. I didn't see 31 shades at the drugstore, but that's not to say that 31 shades don't exist in the Glow. I hope that they continued that. I've always felt like Revlon foundations didn't have a great shade match for me, but the 440 and the 430 actually have both been good for me, especially now that I have a little bit of a tan. But yeah, I just always felt like it had a really high-end look to it. It was really beautiful and natural, really smooth on the skin, and I was really impressed with it. I have a drugstore foundations that look high-end video. I'll link that down below. I'm almost positive I included this in here. I think it might have been one of the foundations that inspired me to actually do that video. So there you can see that is what the original formula looks like. Because they came out with a glow formula, the original one was not glowy, you know what I mean? It's not like they did a matte and a glow. I think maybe it's just more natural versus glow. So I'm really curious to see what the actual difference, if any, is going to be. So let's move over to this side. And I did not prime my face today. I know some people are like very adamant on like, that's why I started priming my face in my other foundation reviews. People are like, you're not priming your face. Because I used to do two different types of application, like a brush and a sponge, and then I didn't want to add primer on top of that as another potential factor. So I started priming, and I like primer, but I don't know, I'm skipping it today. I don't feel like I need it necessarily, and I just want the foundation to sit on its own. There's no primer that comes with this range, but I will be using the powder and the concealer because I really like both of those as well. So this is the glow side here. And I'll show you a close-up of my face as well. And I think just putting on my skin, honestly, it looks a little more peachy on my actual face versus when I swatched it on my hand. But at least I don't think I'm going to be going around looking like Too-Faced today, because I actually do need to leave my house, and I was a little worried about the shade match being really off because your girl's got to leave her house. I feel like I got a little bit less in that pump than from the other one, or it might just be that it's not as thick. They both blend out like a dream. So I feel like this side looks a little more yellowy / neutral. This side looks a little more peachy perhaps. I don't know if you can tell, but I feel like I see a little more glow on this side than this side, but this side still has glow. It's still very natural. So it may not be a case of like, if you have the Candid Original, you need to go out and run and to buy the glow. It may just be a case of like, they're both great, but you kind of don't need both. I mean, do any of us really need more makeup? Probably not. Normally need is not the question, it's want. And when I looked on the Shoppers Drug Mart website, so I was looking at Ulta, it's about $10.99 in the United States. In Canada on Shoppers Drug Mart, it was $15.99, but on sale for $12, so that's exciting. So I'm gonna leave it there and just have a pump on each side. We just turned down the brightness of my lights, got a little closer. This is Candid Glow over here. And this is Candid Orig, the OG Candid. I definitely, oh, hello, Rue. I definitely see more glow. I'm sorry, I'm looking at myself just so I can like tell you what I'm thinking. I see more glow over here. That's my kid. Do you want to say hi? You see more glow? Wow. How are you so beautiful? You're so photogenic. You're so cute. Gotta go. So yeah, I see some more glow on this side. Nothing major, because like I said, this one already had a nice natural finish. In terms of the feel, this is like almost set. And this feels a little more dewy. I set everything anyways. But I think they look really good. And one thing that I said about this foundation back when I reviewed it, I'm almost positive, is that it looks good with no concealer, which I can't always say for foundations, especially if they're more full coverage. Like, it just looks kind of odd, but I feel like I could just wear this with some mascara and brow gel and be good to go and not have to put on like bronzer and powder and that kind of thing, or sorry, always powder, a highlight and powder blush and things like that. Like, I feel like I can get away with it. It has this really, really great versatile kind of finish. So yeah, I think they both look good. A little more glow over here. So I'll put on the concealer. The concealer I wear in 50 medium deep, which I think I said this in my review, but the concealer could use a few more shades in my opinion. This is not medium deep, if you can see. But I do actually really like the concealer itself, and I'm not a drugstore snob at all. I freaking love drugstore makeup, but the one thing I always felt was lacking, or one of the things I felt was lacking in terms of quality of the drugstore, was concealers, and they've definitely upped their game. I did do a best drugstore concealers video. I'll link to that down below. I'm not sure if this was out at the time, but this should be in there if it's not. So I'm gonna give this like a minute to set under my eye, 30 seconds or so, and then I will go ahead and I just realized I didn't take my flash photo. I'm all thrown off. I have this order of doing things when I review foundations, and now I'm like, things have changed. I don't know how to do things. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a flash photo after I blend in my concealer, and then you can see how that looks, see if there's any difference on either side of my face, and then I will powder my face. So now for the rest of my face, I'm actually gonna set it with this powder. I've only tried the translucent one. I'd be curious to try the tinted ones because I actually really like this for both my under eyes and my face, which I can't say for a lot of powders. So this is the Photo Ready Candid Anti-Pollution Setting Powder in 001. Like I said, it is the translucent. I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eyes first. And I just did take my photos. When I took my photo here in my natural light, I thought it looked good. I mean, you can definitely see some lightness under my eyes because of the concealer. Like I said, I am tanned, but I do like a lighter concealer. It just looks a little bit more jarring before I have my bronzer, etc. on, in my opinion. And then in flash photos, again, the concealer kind of takes over my face a bit, but I don't see major flashback. It's definitely a little bit lighter and cooler toned than the rest of my body slightly, and I did kind of turn my head to each side, and I didn't notice a huge difference. And I didn't notice that it had SPF listed in there either. Sometimes Canada and US have different rules though, but And I also don't, I do my flash photo test, but I very rarely take flash photos at night. I don't know, I just don't go out, I guess. But yeah, I love this powder. I think it is mattifying and smoothing, but not like, it doesn't make your face look flat. I still think it looks really good. And after I've set my face, in looking up really close at my face, actually, I do think this side looks more matte after powder than this side. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on all of the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. Okay, so I have the rest of my makeup on now, and you tell me, do you see any difference between either side? I really don't see a whole lot. I see like a little more shine in here than maybe right here. There's like some more glow on this, but nothing like crazy and noticeable, but I do think they both look really, really good. But we will see kind of how they continue to wear throughout the day. I have everything listed that's on my face down below, and I also wanted to point out another one of my favorite Revlon products, which is the, what do they call these? Ultra HD lipsticks, and these are so nice. This one is in HD Tropical. I've talked about them before. Another Revlon product that I feel like is not talked about enough. It's a really, really comfortable formula of lipstick, lots of great shades. But anyways, I will go ahead to continue and wear this for a few hours, and I will check back with you in some natural light. So I've had the foundation on for a few hours, and now I'm coming to you in some natural light so you can see the shade a little bit better, and just a general check-in. And I don't think either side really looks that different. This is the new glow side, this is the OG side, and I think they both look really good. Neither have oxidized. They both, I mean, I can still see my blush and whatnot on each side, so not a huge difference. And I think you can see like it's a little bit of a sheen on my forehead, but it kind of continues over both. And like I said, oh, cat sneeze. Bless you. Like I said, the original formula did have a really nice natural finish to, bless you. Cats continue to steal the show around here. But yeah, I think things look really good. So I'll continue to wear it for a few more hours and check back with you at the end of the day. I'm gonna head out and run some errands now, and then check back with you this evening. So here we are, end of the day, and I don't see a gigantic difference between the two sides, but I do see some difference. I feel like the glow side, first of all, does have some more glow. I'm not sure if you'll be able to pick up on it, but let me move my face in the light here. This side, albeit not completely matte, is just a little bit more less dewy than this side. I do have a bit of shine on my face. I was out, like I said, running errands, and it's that time of fall where it's like you go out with a jacket on expecting it to be cold, and then the sun is super hot and it gets hot at the end of the day, and it's very confusing. So I got a little bit sweaty, but I have not done any powdering or blotting, so I'm gonna do that lightly. I have the same powder that I set my face with. I'm just gonna take some of the remainder powder and powder here. I'll give you one last look at how it looks. But I think both sides look really good. I think the glow side, in terms of major differences, it is lighter coverage. The actual texture of the product is different. I'm actually gonna film another video after this, and that I think is a testament to how I think the foundation looks, because normally at the end of the day, if the foundation didn't work out, there's no way I'd want to film a video. So I think that things look really good. Maybe I should powder my forehead just a smidge. But yeah, major differences are the glow one definitely does have some more glow, not like major, but it does have less coverage. I would definitely say it's more light buildable, like they said, versus the original is more medium buildable. I wouldn't put too much of either of them on your face, especially the original, because although the formula doesn't feel heavy on the skin, it does have kind of like a thick consistency. I like a sponge with it, and as I always say, the less product that you put on your face, the better. So if you're looking for a medium coverage foundation, that's a good one, but I wouldn't buy it with the intention of getting super full coverage by piling a bunch of layers onto your face. If you have an oilier skin type, I think the original is going to be a better bet for you. Like I said, it's not like a completely matte oil controlling foundation. It's definitely more of a natural finish, so you may want to use a mattifying powder, mattifying primer, or even put a little bit of a loose mattifying powder on top of your primer. I find that helps a lot when it comes to longevity and kind of keeping your oils at bay. If you're looking for something a little bit lighter coverage, something glowy, something that feels light on the skin but still has good lasting power, I think the Glow is a great option. One big thing that makes me really happy about them is that the shades are more or less the same. Like, I don't think, like I said, I look like I'm wearing two different foundations today. So in that same vein, if you already own the original, do you need to run out and buy the Glow? Probably not. Maybe if you run out of the original and you're curious to try the Glow, go for it. I mean, if you want to spend the extra 10-15 bucks, absolutely, by all means. I mean, I did. I was curious. I will continue to wear both of them. But if you do have a more dry skin type and you're looking for something light coverage that feels a little bit more glowy and looks a little bit more glowy, that could be a great option as well. So no huge major differences between the two, some subtle differences, but both great products in my opinion. And let me know down below if you would like to see a full review of the Glow, because I don't think my thoughts are really going to change, because I mean, I've seen it in action on this side of my face and comparing it with the original. How many times can I say original Glow? But overall, I think this Candid line is really, really beautiful. I think great finishes, great wear time, a high-end look and feel. The shade range is pretty good. I think the concealer range could definitely use some work, but overall I really like it. I would love to see them come out with a spray in this line. I think that that would be great. And even some like blush bronzers that are all kind of natural and nice textures, because they did an incredible job there. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below if you tried the original formula. Do you plan on trying the Glow maybe now? Is that a little bit more appealing to you? And if you would like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!